Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Hopefully you had a good round 15. The buys are finally over. I'm almost not glad about that because I feel like the best 18 system was maybe hiding a glaring weakness in my team, but we'll get to that later. So I went up 458 ranks, so now 3,351. My score was okay. I thought looking at the scores that my players were getting, it was probably going to lead to a bigger score, but obviously not. I don't know, sometimes it seems that way. So with the jump of 458 ranks, I think that takes me up to about, I think maybe just under 1,000 ranks up over the buys as a whole. Now, obviously my plan, if you've been watching since the start of the buys, was trying to make up ground through the buys. I planned for it all, and then things kind of fell apart because Crouch got injured, Petrarca got injured, a few other things like that. So considering that those things happened, and I was still able to weather the storm, I'm pretty happy with that, I guess. So, yeah, 3,351, that's not too bad. I'm not too unhappy about where I am right now. So we'll have a look at the team. As usual, we'll start from defence. So what's going on here? I don't think this is how I left the team on the weekend. Yeah, I've put the buy players back in, but yeah, we'll get there. So I actually captained Gorn. So he's 114. I think I've been spooked by the Dacos thing from a couple of weeks ago where he got the 60 or whatever. I just decided to take the 114 because there wasn't really much after that I trusted. I could have gone Flanders and that would have got me an extra 6 points. But yeah, Flanders hasn't got a terribly high ceiling. I mean, I think he's hit the 150 maybe once or twice, but it doesn't happen often. Still the last man standing though with all tons for the year. So love that, started him. So yeah, I'll start from defence. So Luke Ryan, he's an interesting one. 93. Everyone's got him, so I kind of don't give a shit about that. But Justin Longmuir has just put himself in the terrorist category. Now I know that he has games to win and things like that, but he should think about super coaches before he goes into the media and accuses players of stat padding, because it's pretty obvious that he was talking about Ryan and maybe Clark and a few others down back. This pisses me off. I don't care about Fremantle winning. I want chip kicks, just complete seagulling bullshit, and they just weren't doing it on the weekend. So yeah, pretty annoying. It's almost worth, I think, if you were looking for a quick pod, almost worth anti-podding Ryan. So get rid of him, go down to someone cheaper, and put the money elsewhere. Let's see, who can you maybe go to just quickly in defence? What's happening? So Ridley went back to average scoring. So I wouldn't touch him. Maybe Yo. He's only in 10% of teams, so yeah. While a lot have jumped off, maybe Yo outscores Ryan for the rest of the year if he's going to keep up this playing to win stuff. Jack Sinclair, he's another one. I'd be tempted to do that, although I don't know how that happened so quickly, but there's only 26k between them now. But yeah, I think he's going to come home real strong. Hopefully not. I kind of hope he's cheap enough for next year, but unlikely now, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Sicily, maybe? Anyway, I definitely would look into that. If you've got nothing else in your team that's really going wrong and you've still got trades, I would definitely consider that. Now, you might say I'm crazy, but go take a look at the top teams. They're not exactly cookie cutter. You got to set yourself apart somehow. So moving on, Sheasel, 117. He's a gun. Yeah, again, he's just continuing on in that new role. And he never really went too bad. There was a 73 and the 86, but since then, yeah, it's been pretty consistently around the 120 average, I'd say. So yeah, really good. Happy with that. Definitely one that could have bit us in the arse, though, for holders. Houston 102, so he's back down to his basically 100 average. Obviously, the 170 was really, really nice last week. That will inflate his average, but yeah, I think this is more like his real average is if you take that kind of score out. This is what you're going to get most weeks, I think, is around that 100 to 105. Clark 100, so that was good. I think he had less of the ball again this week. Hopefully the Fremantle thing I just talked about is not going to hurt him too much on the run home. I still think he looks good. They look to use him and be attacking off half back. He's got Sydney this week, so that's scary because he might cop the Jordan tag. I wouldn't bother tagging Ryan now that shit's not happening. Clark's definitely the more damaging one. That said, though, Ryan, he's pretty good defensively when he has to be. I know I've defended him before, but yeah, I'll do it again. He's good at intercepts and spoils and all that shit. Hayden Young 130, so it feels like you either get 90 or a 130 out of Young. It's not exactly consistent. Like he gets good scores, but there's a fair way between his floor and ceiling. Now the thing that worries me here is that he got 3 goals and he looked to be playing further ahead of the ball than normal. I don't know if that's going to be consistent scoring, but hey, I'm stuck with him now. As you can see, I've only got 4 trades left, and I don't think I'm going to be using any this week. But we'll get to that. But yeah, I'm kind of stuck with it. Like, I've made my house, and all there's left to do is live in it. So it'd be good to have Bomp back this week. Obviously, had the bye on the weekend. Whoops. Golden 151. Now, I've made some mistakes this season, and I can definitely put my hand up and say that. But Goulden was not one of them. So when Crouch got injured, I took a punt on Goulden because he had the big run home second half of last year. Tipped him to do it again because Sydney's flying, and so far it's absolutely worked. He's scored 2 150s and a 106. So yeah, that's amazing. And I got him for 530k, I reckon. Another one, Lockie Neal, 149. So obviously he got tagged last week, got taken out of it by Windhager. As I said, I picked him over LDU because I think that he will actually score more points than LDU over the total run home. I know that he's slightly more expensive, but you pay for what you get. So yeah, he's pretty consistent. Again, though, he's got fair discrepancy between his floor and ceiling. I guess that's only really when he gets tagged, though. He's not a large guy, so it's probably harder for him to break a tag than, say, a Bont type. I'm still confident that he's going to get more points on the run home, though. It just sucks that LDU's had a soft run. He did get sent in for that scan or whatever through the week, so I don't know. Maybe his body will fall apart soon. Not injury cheering, but it's what usually happens to him. Sarong 121, really nice. Yeah, just nice and consistent. Hopefully he's affordable next year. Would be good to start with him just for some consistency. But yeah, he'll probably be pretty expensive given that average 122. Butters 123, real nice. Thought Berry might tag him, but it doesn't look like he did. I didn't see the game, but I was pretty happy with the result. As being a Crom supporter, no Crom playing, the best thing you can get out of a round like that is Port getting smashed, so real nice. But yeah, Butters obviously tried hard. So I had Clark on the field here, 31. Bullshit. I don't know what's with that guy. He either scores like a 15 or something like that, or it's an 80. Just string a few together and make some money. Like it's really annoying. I'm strapped for cash. I'm relying on guys like Clark, which is not a good thing. He's got a break even of 45 now, so I don't know. He probably won't make it, but hopefully. So Kynan Brown, the debutant, he laid like one tackle and got 21 points for it, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I had him on, so he dropped out of the top 18. I think actually Clark and Brown both did, maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, Brown hopefully keeps his spot, and he's not subbed this week. That's all I can say. I think Melbourne are going to get smashed by Brisbane, but yeah, Goodwin, give it up, mate. Just play the kids. The season's over. Tom Green, massive return to form there, 153. Hopefully he's going to be a bit more consistent now. Yeah, he did it against Sydney too, which obviously is pretty impressive. I don't know. I'm stuck with him, as I said, the same as Young. So yeah, just gotta hope now. I kind of feel like when you get to this time of the year, when you're kind of stuck, you kind of lose the enjoyment. I think my favourite thing in Supercoach is the preseason and doing the research and trying to find like unique things. And as you've seen, if you've been watching my channel, use tables and data and stuff like that to try and get an edge. But this time of year, it kind of doesn't matter because you basically locked into what you started, so it's easy to lose interest, I think. So as I said, Gawn was the captain. Not a bad score. Flanders, the 117. He's just so damn consistent. I don't even have to talk about him. Just racks it up. Heaney, his standard. Zorko, good score. Hopefully he goes massive on Melbourne. I don't know if I'm going to VC him. I guess I can talk captains, vice captains later. Fisher 108. So it looked like he wasn't even going to turn up there for most of it. And then somehow he has, I guess because it was a close game. Good scaling at the end. He didn't just junk it up though, which was good. It's nice to see that he can score in like a more natural capacity, I would say. So yeah, that was pretty cool. He's been really good since I got him in. I think he's had one like average score. I got him in at the start of the buys, I believe. I hate this new layout, by the way. It was better when you could just click on a player and see like all their scores and shit without having to click anything else. Yeah, so there was that shitty 71, but yeah, it's fine. He's been good since. So I bought in Kerno this week, or Charles Kernrose, as I call him. For the price I paid, I think he was like $4.20 or something like that. Yeah, a 118 is nuts. So what do you get? 5 goals, I think. There's a bit of a worry that he's got to score like heaps of goals to get good score. Not really any other avenues. He doesn't come up the ground much, but except for in the last, like in the red time, sometimes he drops himself behind the ball. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So he must have been like, yeah, he must have been 448 or something. Anyway, yeah. So it'd be nice if he had other avenues to score other than just the red time down back thing, outside of all the goals. But I guess if you're relying on one player to get lots of goals, he's your man. It's obviously the highest scorer of the past few years. I think this will be his, third Coleman in a row or something if he gets it. And with the way Carlton are going, I fully expect him to get it. He's a pain to watch when you don't own him as well, because it always seems like the umpires give him some pretty easy frees. I know that will piss you Carlton supporters off, but I think it's the honest truth. Even now, like as an owner, like I want him to score, but he gets some pretty bullshit holding frees and stuff. But yeah, really happy with that one. So I got rid of Joel, as I call him, Freya or whatever his name is. He went out for Kerno, and I got rid of Sullivan for Kynan Brown. McMuffin got close to a full game, 67% game time, scored a 65. That's pretty good. That's almost a point per minute or whatever. Oh no, sorry, that's percentage, isn't it? The game time, not minutes. But yeah, sorry, it's been a big day. We know his PPM's big though, so yeah, 50-point quarters and stuff as a sub. I almost hope that again that he maybe, once I'm done with him, he goes out the team so he can keep his score low for next year. Because if he gets good job security or something for next year, then bloody hell, he'd be a good pick. So I've held on to Richards. Hopefully he's back this week. I'm kind of praying because, as you can see, I've got basically 2 players that are close to making enough money to go. I wanted to get Rankin, but I'm just not going to be able to afford him now, I think. Dowling's going to take a little while now. He's on the bubble this week, obviously, but he's not going to rise rapidly unless he can put in a big shift against the Giants. Somehow I feel like Matthew Nicks is going to prevent that from happening, just like he prevents the Crom from winning. But yeah, it's all down to Clark and Richards. When's Zach Reed back? I don't know. I've held on to him this long. These two here, these cursed defense bench spots, they've killed me all year. I don't know what's with them, but I'm over it. Next year, I'm going to put a lot of research into those, I think, and any rookie like a Zach Reed or something that's coming back off injury, I'm not touching them with a 10-foot pole. I need to have something there that's, someone that's actually playing. So this week, let's see, captains and vice captains, because I'm not going to talk about trades. I don't think I'm going to make any. There's not really anything jumping out at me. As I said, I don't have any players that I can really trade in, and I guess I could go like one this week for extra money and try and get ranking with 3, but that leaves me 1 trade for the rest of the year. Not comfortable with that. I think I definitely want the 2. I'd be more comfortable if I got like somehow a ranking or just the F6, like someone decent, using just the 2 trades, and then even use like 1 somehow later to get some floating cover. I don't know. But yeah, Sean Maker, he's interesting, I guess. And Logan Evans, if he can keep his spot. Ken might play the kids now because it looks like he's going to get sacked. We know that when they start playing the kids, it's the last ditch effort to keep their job. But yeah, I don't know how this happened. I think just I was on track to have more than enough trades, and then I dodged injuries all year, and then they kind of all came at once or whatever. So even with the 40, like, don't assume that it's like fantasy next year where you can just go 1 up, 1 down every single week, because this is where you find yourself. Don't make unnecessary trades. Hold your primos and hope that they come good. Anyway, that's for another time. So yeah, captains, vice captains. I don't think I'm going to go Gorn because McInerney, he's historically pretty restrictive, I think. And yeah, I think Melbourne are just going to get smashed, so I can't see Gorn getting a massive score there. Maybe Bont against North. I think they tried to tag him last time, but Bont's pretty bloody hard to tag given his size. I don't think I'd bother. Honestly, I think I'd rather tag Bailey Dale if I was North. He gets a lot of it and gives a lot of drive off half back. I think if you're going to tag Bont, then, Libba and Treloar are still going to get off the chain a bit. So it's probably not worth it. Probably Sydney and Fremantle cancel each other out. I think we know that they're not doing the gulling stuff in the Fremantle backline. But then if Tom Green can manage a 153, then why can't Sarong? I don't know. I'm not putting mine there though. If you've got Rao maybe against Collingwood, we know they got the weaker midfield. And it is a home game for Snooze, so they normally play not too bad. Yeah, Rao's not a bad shout actually. Collingwood don't tag either. And if it's a high stoppage game and it's a bit dewy, then pencil in a 130 plus. I'm just going through the list here, so bear with me. I haven't even given much thought to it. I've been so busy. That's why I didn't make a trade video last week. No one from the Crom or Giants, really. Yeah, Crom don't give up big scores to halfbacks either, so I wouldn't touch Whitfield. Crom are quite restrictive in general in Supercoach, I find, as shit as they are. If you got merit, then maybe against Geelong. But I think if you get into this later Saturday, time slot, you're probably more looking at a C here rather than the VC. But Geelong's midfield is just whacked, and now Tanner Bruin is out for quite a while. I've got him in draft, so that hurts. But yeah, maybe merit. Hopefully Windhager doesn't go to Butters. That will suck big time. Hopefully they tag Rosie or Horn Francis. I think is the one that's been getting tagged more lately. So yeah, just do that again. That's fine. If you're listening, Ross, as I know you would be, big fan of the channel. Kerno hopefully will go big on Richmond, but I feel like Bolter is either going to put time into him or Mackay. It's obviously going to be one of them. It's just a matter of which one. And then, yeah, Hawthorn. Is Will Day playing or is he injured again? If he's playing, then I'd almost captain him against West Coast if you get to that point. You got no one else. Maybe Flanders against Collingwood too. Collingwood give up big scores of the half back. Haven't got it on hand, but if you go to DFS Australia, they now do the Supercoach data as well. Now that brings me to my next point before I end the video. I would like suggestions in the comments of anyone that's actually watching. What kind of things would you like to see on this channel? I'm happy to do whatever. it's hard to try and come up with stuff. Supercoach is quite a niche subject, I guess, and it's really hard to try and set yourself apart from all the other channels. In the past year or two, in particular, I think it's been flooded with Supercoach channels. So yeah, it's really hard, I think, to try and get yourself out there. But yeah, what would you like to see as someone that obviously listens through the week? I find that I listen to maybe the same 5 each week, and it's hard for anyone else to get kind of into my YouTube feed or catch my attention too much. So if you're anything like me, yeah, obviously you're going to be somewhat the same. So yeah, those suggestions would be greatly appreciated. I'm not looking to, obviously, since I started, I said I'm not looking to get heaps of subscribers or anything like that. I just enjoy making the channel and kind of sharing my thought process and everything through each year. And I'd like to keep doing it, but you know, it's got to be worth it, especially when you're time poor like I am these days. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, hopefully you had a good 3 buy rounds there, or 4 buy rounds, or whatever it was. I can't remember. It's late. I'm wrecked. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next video.